Okay, so this video is about how to wake up. And if you follow the reasoning, you may get it. Now, let's make it clear first that the Advaita path, or the path of non-duality, is about the truth, nothing else, uncompromising truth. And why? Well, because truth will make you free is true. Truth will make you free. So illusions, falsehood, false ideas, deception, that's not part of the Advaita path. That if you like illusions and you like the fantasies, this is not the path for you. You need to love the truth to pursue the Advaita path with some integrity. So what is the truth that we're looking for in Advaita? First of all, most fundamental, the truth about you. The truth about, in my case, the truth about me. Without that, we may not pursue the truth about the universe. It's ridiculous, right? You start from home. So truth first. And first, truth about you. What are you really? Not what you were told that you are. So and so, and this body, this mind, a man or a woman, the owner of this and that, this house, this car. All those things were learned. But what are you really before all that? Right? Because the baby has no possessions, no name, until you baptize the baby, right? And that's an initiation on falsehood. The first initiation, the spiritual initiation, is about the false. Very interesting, isn't it? How to fall into the illusion fully, the illusion of a me here. But there are reasons for that. I'm not denying the value of going through the persona and the building of a persona, because it is through that step-by-step building of the persona that eventually, when the persona has been polished enough, it has to implode, and it's like the cocoon, and then it has to open up and give freedom to the truth. So how to wake up? One of the first things we need to understand is strictly psychological. And this, I realized it when I was studying psychology a little bit earlier, but it became very consolidated when I studied cognitive psychology. So what is this about? Well, what are the fundamental thoughts or beliefs that are keeping us from seeing the truth? These type of thoughts are called identifications. Identifications are thoughts that have a certain grammatical structure in the form I am something. And that something includes hundreds of options. And for example, the simplest is, I am so and so. I am this body. I am this mind. All these thoughts. I am the owner of this and that. All these thoughts are powerful thoughts. They conform your identity. But your identity is not what you are. That's a mistake. That is exactly the state prior to awakening, where you believe that identifications is what you are. No identification is true. They are all false, and they are posing as you. And why they are powerful? They are powerful because they carry energy, a lot of energy. Behind each one of these thoughts, there is energy, feeling. Because without energy, you can't experience feelings. So each one of these thoughts, picture each one of these thoughts that you believe about you, and you can make a list. Just write down the sentence, I am, and then begin to fill up that sentence with things that feel like true, and you can make a list of hundreds if you have the patience. Now, picture all these ideas about you with their corresponding energy, put them in a basket, install them in your hard drive, in the memory, and that is the ego. That is the false self. And why we can see in our own experience that it is not the real you? Because you can see those thoughts. You can notice them and even write them down. So they are objects in front of you. You are watching them. There is something that is prior to all those thoughts about you that is seeing them, and is also seeing them changing, because you have an idea about you. I am so and so. Then you change your name, and now you are something else, or something changes. Like, for example, the body. I am a child. I am young. I am an adult. I am an old man. All those ideas about you are false, and they are changing. And in Buddhism, a fundamental principle in Buddhism is that what is changing is not the real. It's an illusion. So, those thoughts with their corresponding energy can be seen in front, and there is something that is looking at them. That's something that is your true nature. That's true nature. And it's not even yours, it is just true nature. What is that which is looking at those thoughts? That is true nature, that is consciousness, awareness, right? There is awareness of these thoughts, obviously. So your awareness. My awareness? No. Your awareness. That's it. The same awareness that is looking through countless sentient beings in the universe, that is the same awareness. It's like if you have different containers with different shapes and forms and colors, those containers have space inside. The space inside is not different than the space in another container, are essentially space, undifferentiated space. In the same way, through each sentient being there is awareness looking through, and that awareness is undifferentiated. And that is what you are. You have no name except awareness, if you want to give it a name. Although in many scriptures it has been called the unnameable for a reason too. So I hope this helps you to wake up to true nature. Of course, there is more to this, more that needs to be disarmed. False ideas that need to be seen through. But this is the fundamental thing. What I just explained. Notice that there is perceiving also through your eyes. It's easy. There is perceiving through all five senses. But there is perceiving or awareness through the eyes. That is you. Recognize it as you. You notice it, there is awareness, and you say, this is me, this awareness is me. Until it begins to sink. It's the truth. It's unchangeable. Will always be, and has always been, all along, even when you were imagining to be so and so. So a fair question is, well, I get it, how this changes my life, right? That's a fair question. Well, if you don't do anything else, you just have the awakening, it will likely over a period of time begin to change certain things and your life may improve, in fact. But if you don't do anything, the results will be modest. After awakening, you got to do the embodiment process. You got to embody the truth now. You already embodied the false through thousands and thousands of repetitions that you are so and so, and I have this and I have that, and I do this and I do that, and you reinforce the false millions of times. Not knowing, of course, it was not not a decision. We're born in this environment and the rules are set. You will have to create a persona first until it comes the time to see through that persona. Hopefully, because most people never see through it in a lifetime. So you are born in this environment and you will be programmed. The baby will be programmed until it completely believes to be this persona, this character. And then the result is what we call the human condition, a painful condition. Make no doubt, it is a painful condition, the human condition. Quite painful. So ideally, we should wake up early in life. If we were living in a more advanced civilization spiritually, we would be born, create a persona, and pretty soon begin to let it go, make an effort to see through it. But we're in a primitive civilization, spiritually speaking. And the result is that most beings here never wake up throughout their whole life. A few do, yeah, and most of them not that early in life, unfortunately. And because the human condition is a painful condition, obviously you want to wake up as soon as possible. Not prolong the pain, the suffering, unnecessarily. So then the awakening happens, and then how you can use the awakening to change your life? Well, you got to bring the awakening, the truth, into your bones, as a sage said. His name was Ryukteswar, was the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda. He said that the spiritual truth need to be absorbed all the way to the bones. And that's exactly what we need to do with the truth of awakening. And that's the embodiment process. And without that work, the impact of awakening will be limited. Very limited. So how we can work at embodying this? Well, we have to remind ourselves of the truth. And how do we know that we are reminding ourselves correctly of the truth? Because when we do this reminding, we begin to feel a sense of spaciousness. Eckhart Tolle called it spaciousness. The Buddhists call it emptiness, a sense of emptiness, transparency, amplitude, expansion. And it's not that you are expanding yourself throughout the galaxies. No. It's a sense of spaciousness. It's subtle, but it's freeing, and it's telling you, yes, you're hitting target. You're hitting target. No self. You are removing the self. You are beginning to function from the no self. And I'm talking about lower caps self, right? The little self. No little self. That's where you want to be. Functioning from no little self. What that means? Functioning from awareness. But when you use pointers that deny the false, that's called the path of negation. If you say there is no one here, which is an excellent pointer, no one here, easy to feel spaciousness with that pointer. There is no one here, no one. Who is recording this video? No one is recording this video. No one. That's the truth. Who is recording? Who is watching this video in your case? Nobody's watching the video. No one. The video is being watched. The passive voice in English is the voice of enlightenment. Nobody's doing anything. Everything is happening. I repeat, everything is happening. Nobody's doing anything. That's the voice, the passive voice in English, that emphasizes what is happening and to whom is happening, to the object, and removes the subject from the verb. So, interestingly, in English and also in the Romantic languages, and probably in all languages, there are two voices. The active voice, which is the false, I am doing this, you are doing that, and the passive voice, this is being done, that is being done. This is happening, that is happening. So when you remove with a pointer, like there is no one here, when you remove the subject, what is left is the truth. The truth is awareness, pure awareness, so consciousness. And the good thing is that with the negation, you don't need to name it. You need to name the word awareness or consciousness. You just say there is no one here. What is left is awareness. What is left is the truth. And it's superior in a way because when when you name the unnameable, when you name the divine consciousness, you already create a certain contraction by naming it. So the path of negation is removing the false, and then what is left is the truth. The positive path is you name the truth. In this case, you say, who is watching this video in your case? And you say, awareness is watching this video. And that is the truth. Awareness, only awareness is in your body watching this video. Only awareness, nothing else, nobody else. Awareness alone is in your body right now watching this video. Nobody is watching this video. You are not watching this video in the way you think. There is awareness watching the video. That's it. So the positive path, in the positive path, you say there is awareness only here. Sometimes one works, sometimes another works. You choose. A third option is the universe is watching the video. Why? Because the universe, the whole universe, is unfolding automatically. It has no parts. It is unfolding automatically. Nobody's doing anything. There is nobody. So whatever is happening is part of the natural unfoldment of the universe. So the unfoldment that is happening is there is the watching of this video through the mind-body organism you used to call I. There you have three options, right, for embodiment. To remember the truth and functioning now from the truth. Okay. You may realize now how important it is, I repeat this, to wake up. I have said this many times through my videos. It is so essential to wake up because Advaita becomes alive, the path of Advaita becomes alive when the awakening happens. So don't delay that. Wake up. Watching the videos can help. The awakening protocol, which is a 4-hour session approximately, that I offer online, one-on-one, can also help, and it can help a lot. So I leave you a link and my email below at the end of the description of this body, of this video. So I wrote this book, The Awakening Protocol. You can buy it in Amazon.com, and it can help too. But ultimately, I would say go through the Awakening Protocol in reality, one-on-one. And it will help you to wake up. Most likely, yeah. It's an intense session. And then coaching sessions. I offer coaching sessions for two situations, before awakening and after awakening. Before awakening is because there are certain things that need to be removed before awakening so that the awakening will happen. Heavy stuff, dense mental stuff need to go, and for that I use a technique. It's called the surrendering technique, and we use it one-on-one during the coaching sessions. You learn to use the tool, which takes some time, and you begin to use it to clean the mind-body organism and prepare it for awakening. The mind-body organism has to have a certain mental health. so to speak, in order for awakening to happen. Rarely, but sometimes happened, people that are in a lot of pain with very dense material, a very dense ego, suddenly may wake up. It happened to Eckhart Tolle if you look into his books. But that's rare. In general, there is a milder transition. You clean the ego and work at the ego and clean the ego until awakening happens, and then you keep cleaning. That second phase, you can also address it with the coaching sessions and the surrendering technique. In that second phase, you work at keep on letting go of the stuff that is in the mind body organism that prevents you to rest as consciousness, prevents you to feel the spaciousness, be in that spaciousness, be that. So if you are interested in coaching sessions, I also leave you my email below. And finally, please, if you're so kind, subscribe to the channel, like it, and share if you can. Bye. Take care. And wake up. Don't delay it.